Netflix has a brand new animated film coming out this week from Sony Pictures Animations. That is The Mitchells vs. the Machines. And guys, this movie's freaking perfect. What's going on, buddy? Welcome back to a brand new movie review. My name is Zach. I am the Wolf of Geek Street, and if you guys are new here, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button so we can keep talking movies over here on a daily basis, as well as comment down below and let me know your guys' thoughts. How excited are you for The Mitchells vs. the Machines? It used to be called Connected. It's got a new title, and it's at somewhere else, and it's not coming to theaters. But my God, I'm so excited to discuss this one with you guys down below in those comment sections. Mitchells are a quirky and dysfunctional family who now decides to go on a road trip as their oldest daughter is heading to college, but when they find themselves in the middle of a robot apocalypse and suddenly become humanity's unlikeliest last hope. Now, of course, this is from Sony Pictures Animation Studios, who the last film that they developed was Spider-Verse, which absolutely stole my heart, took my heart away, and just completely blew me away. I was not that excited for that film. I was very apprehensive about it, and it turned out to be an incredible movie. The Mitchells vs. the Machines, kind of the same thing. I really dug the trailer. I loved the animations, kind of like a mix, weirdly. It's some of the most unique stuff I've seen where it's a mix of 2D animation but animated to look 3D. Like, they left in some of the stencils and just certain things to the production design, the background, and even on the characters. It's really unique. I can't stress that enough. Like, the trailers emphasize that a bit, but watching a full-length film of it, it's hands down just amazing. But again, I wasn't that excited for this trailer. It looked funny, it looked cute, but it looked like something I'd seen before. Let me say this again. I mentioned in my intro that this is a perfect film, and I can't stress it enough that this is my favorite film so far of 2021. I'm a major fan of animation. Soul was my favorite film of last year. Toy Story 4 is my favorite film of that year. Spider-Verse was my favorite film of that year. It continues to be a big thing that I just love animation. I'm a kid at heart. But my animation that I truly love is the ones that I think speak to adults, and again, can be enjoyed by younger kids. And Mitchells vs. the Machines not just has great themes and messages, but it's a movie that made me cry, it made me laugh, it made me cry more, and it made me even laugh out loud continuously throughout this. And I don't know if it's because of where I'm at in my life right now. Many different things are changing around me. One of the biggest things is my family. You know, on a personal level, my family might be moving away. And for the first time in my life, I'll kind of be alone. The Mitchells vs. the Machines tackle that connective aspect of that family bonding that is so important, but really dives into it in such a fun and unique way. And plus, this film's chaotic and insane, and the way that it tackles and brings in different pop culture things, it just works in harmony. I want to start out is, of course, the animation once again. I mentioned that 2D, 3D aspect that they really brought it to life. And kind of looking into and reading about how they created it is, you know, they took the original designs they did, 3D animated it over, but left in, again, those little stencils that just add a little bit of a personality and a pop to the screen. And there are multiple things where they just bring this world to life. I mean, the entire third act looks like something off of an Oasis or Aerosmith album cover, and it's freaking awesome. The robots are really animated to be in a unique style, and there's certain different dynamics that they end up doing that again add to the animation overall. The family, of course, is just fun, and they feel real. It really has this unique flair to it that, again, I think the last animated film that really had that flair was Sony's Spider-Verse. I think that Spider-Verse film had that unique animated feel to it and really blew me away. The same thing goes here, and it just really goes to show that Sony Pictures Animation is starting to make a huge name for themselves when it comes to these movies. I know that they have had some faults in the past. We're not going to talk about the Emoji Movie, but this just goes to show that they are on a winning streak, and I think they know exactly what they're supposed to be doing. It just overall mixes all my favorite elements of when it comes to animation. I miss 2D animation, but I also really appreciate 3D animation. The fact that it just forms together just wins my heart over. Like I mentioned, yeah, animation can be great, but the story, the characters, what's going on in the film is the main dynamic, is the thing that's going to keep your attention. You can have the most fascinating animated film ever. I mean, look at The Good Dinosaur, a film that I really enjoy, but the animation is probably the best part about it all. It's so incredible. But the story overall is something that we've seen before. Mitchells vs. the Machines, yes, is your road trip family comedy that you would typically have, but instead put into a post-apocalyptic robot universe right at the beginning. And, you know, we've seen that. We've seen robots taking over the world in Terminator, and we've seen road trip comedies all the time before with a quirky, dysfunctional family. but the way that they mix those two together makes it feel really unique to itself and something that I was not expecting whatsoever. I think the biggest thing about this movie is, again, the commentary, messages, and themes that it tackles. There's many different things that I got away from this film. There's things that I think adults, teens, kids will all walk away feeling and remembering. This film has sat on my head for quite a while. I watched this film twice since I got the screener, and again, I can't wait to watch it again. That connected aspect of family is a major theme throughout this entire movie. The father-daughter relationship really hit me hard, and the way that really we should be treating our parents and how teens should treat their parents. But one thing that many adults can kind of get out of here is seeing that, yes, our teens, our kids have high passions, and we should be supporting them to the highest lights, especially if we can see that they have those major talents for them, and making sure to be there for them throughout every single blow. I mean, when I started this whole YouTube and film career stuff, I don't think my parents were fully on board with it, but as they started to see what I was doing, I think they started to come around on it more. And this film, again, tackles that. It tackles the fact that a lot of us are always sitting down, looking down at our phones and not looking up at what's going on in the sky. Not looking up at our family and making memories around us. We're always behind taking pictures. And you know what? Here's the thing. I'm guilty of that. We've done it all the time. And I'm sure many of you guys have all done it all the time as well. This is what that film tackles, is it brings in that heavy message of we should be doing more things than we are. And I love how it tackled that so heavily. And again, the family aspects, some of the things they go throughout here just absolutely melted my heart, put tears on my eyes, put a giant smile on my face. And I laughed and I cried so much throughout this movie. And it just was the film I needed right now. And taking away that personal aspect, again, I really think this movie just really takes away so much and is so smartly written that a lot of you guys are going to absolutely find something else that maybe you take away as well. Even though I did have all that emotional message stuff, I mean, seriously, it's hilarious throughout top to bottom. There are multiple pop culture references that just feel timely, feel real, whether it's Mad Max, Terminator, or even stuff that happens to do with, like, certain iconic toys in a mall. I died throughout that entire scene, and it was perfect. Play around with that all enough, but still continuing to make it its own. And that's what makes the Mitchells versus the Machines so special. It is its own thing, even though it is taking inspirations from many different iconic movies and TV, but just completely bringing it to life in its own flair. Chaotic, it's insane, the characters are wonderful, the voice acting is incredible, the animation is so unique, and the messages and themes hit me harder than I ever expected. You're gonna cry, you're gonna laugh, you're gonna have tears in your eyes again, and you're gonna laugh even harder throughout this entire runtime. For a film that's almost 2 hours, I kind of rolled my eyes at the fact that it is an animated film, but there's not a single sequence that I would have taken away from it. I think it has its own sensational flares to it that is some of the most beautiful and touching things that I've seen in an animated film this year and in quite a while. I think animation is the theme that many people should really dive back into. And it doesn't matter if you're a kid at heart or if you're a grown adult. This movie will hit you in some way, shape, or form. There's something here for everyone, and this makes it to be one of my favorite family films I've seen in a while and one of my favorite animated movies I've seen in a while. So with all that said, guys, I'm going to give the Mitchells versus the Machines an A+. Thank you once again, guys, for clicking on this. You guys are seriously all the best. I had a blast talking about this movie with you guys. You should make sure to comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on the film, as well as just in general, guys. Let's keep talking movies all down there in the comment section. Make sure to head on over to Samsung Films on how to see films early. And, of course, just a big thank you to you and a big thank you to my Patreon supporters, because without you, I wouldn't be able to do this. So, of course, until next time, stay classy.